Hello everybody, it's that guy known as that watermark in the bottom right again, bringing you some Diablo 3 gameplay because it's about time that I wake everybody up. Excuse me that there's no game audio, something happened, I don't know what, but I don't think you want to hear it anyway. It's either spoilers to story, which I'm trying to skip over, or it's a bunch of my character just yelling as he kills things. So, if you want to know what it all sounds like, just own the game. But, anyways, I wanted to talk about this new patch and the people who play, or at least played, Diablo 3. So, or at least just this patch. That's what I really want to talk about. I won't go too far ahead of myself. Okay, so, about two and a half weeks ago, or we'll say a month, Blizzard started to hype this new patch, 1.0.4. They said it was the biggest patch they were ever going to put out for this game, at least this far, in its lifetime, or lifespan, rather. And they would tease you with certain patch notes, but not the entire thing, and they said, well, this patch is going to come out in a few weeks. Well, they decided to release it a week early. It's been out for 2 or 3 days now. I mean, of course, it's even longer if you're watching this video from the future. But from the day of posting, it will be 3 or 4 days. 2 or 3, 4 days. I don't know when this is going to be uploaded. This is going to suck. Worst commentary ever. But patch was released early. A week or 2 early, it seems. Because a few always implies more than 3. Correct? Alright. The patch notes remind me of the biggest patch for Battlefield 3. You remember the patch for Battlefield 3? It was the longest list of patch notes I have ever seen in my life. I call it the scroll of patch. Or the scroll patch. Or the patch scroll. Because seriously, you're going to be sitting there scrolling away for at least half an hour. Or an hour reading the patch notes. It is nuts. But here's the problem. Whereas those patch notes fake you into thinking they're going to make the game better, the patch notes that were left for Diablo 3, 1.0.4, call it Diablo 4, these patch notes are actually good. These patch notes change pretty much most of your skills on each of the classes. The least changed one being the Witch Doctor. Although you could call his mana regen change a big thing because it got more than doubled. It was, it went up from 20 to 45 a second as a baseline regen. But, anyways, this is the biggest patch ever. They hyped it, and it came out early. About a week and a half early, we'll say. And everybody was talking about it for those 2 or so weeks that Blizzard hyped up the patch. Everybody's like, oh my god, look at this thing. Look at how much is going to be changed in Diablo 3. Look at this. It came out, nobody talked about it. In fact, it seemed like nobody even knew it came out. Like Blizzard sprung this one on us, even though everybody seemed, at least, to be expecting a patch to come out soon. But the patch is out. And, well, let me switch from this gameplay to something else. Give me just a moment here. Okay. So, this is just my barbarian. We'll be switching around. But, go to public games, and you'll notice at the top it says 920-something games available. So, at best, you expect under 5,000 players on, at least in America. Look at the individual players on this quest number. It was always under 20. Always. Even for normal. Even for hell. Even for inferno. So this patch is out, and assuming that there's 4 players in each game, which there isn't, but best case scenario, there's under 5,000 people playing this in America right now. That's sad. It really does seem like nobody knows that the patch came out. Everybody just stopped playing it. In fact, I was talking to my friend Chris, and he didn't even know that I owned the game, or that the patch came out, and he trashed the game. I'm just like, do you even know about the patch? Go to this link. But here, even on my Inferno Monk, barely anybody. On my Demon Hunter, which I've been trying to bring to Inferno, it's taken quite a while. Even on Hell, the numbers are 1 digit, mostly. Mostly 1 digit. That's sad. Nobody knows the patch is out. Even though everybody was talking about it. Now everybody's amnesia. So, it kind of hurts. Because, I'm one of the same people who said, you know, I've played this game for a week and a half, but I'm going to have to stop right here before I start physically hurting from playing it. I was one of you guys. Not saying everybody watching this video is one of those guys, but I'm talking to those guys. I was one of those people. I played the game for a week and a half and said, no, I'm done. Can't do it. Nope. Did the same with Star Wars, The Old Republic. I played that for, what, 2 weeks? Have not played it since. I refuse to pay $15 a month for a World of Warcraft clone. Different story. Anyways. I was one of those people. I stopped playing the game after playing it for not even a month. And now these patch notes, you know, when I was reading them, which, by the way, you can read them yourself. There's a link in the description. Go ahead. If you wish to. If you can actually multitask to the point of listening and reading at the same time, anyway. Anyways, when I was reading these patch notes, I felt... I guess the closest description of this feeling I felt was excitement. I was excited to see that my money would not be wasted anymore because of this patch. You know, when you buy a $60 game, you should expect to play that game at least longer than a few months. When you get under a month of game time out of something you bought for $60, that's not good. But reading those patch notes, I felt like this was breathing new life into this game. I felt like they changed all the right things. In fact, during one of the little teaser posts for the thing, I think it was when they introduced Paragon levels or whatever the hell that is, at the very bottom at one of these posts, the very bottom, in super small text, well, not too small, but small text, in small text at the bottom of the post, it said, P.S. We are removing the invulnerable minions affix from all packs. So basically, nothing will ever have God mode again. Ever. Ever, ever. No more God mode. None. No God mode. They also changed health addition. Like, when you have more than one person in a game, duh, it's a multiplayer game. But if you have more than one person in your game, the enemies in the game get tougher. Used to be, they got more damage. That's gone now. I think it's completely removed. And with this patch, they changed how much health enemies get between the difficulties. I think for normal, it's like 50%. And for Inferno, it's like 75-80%. It's a lot lower than 100% or over that for each player in the game. So, you're not literally fighting things with 4 times the health as normal. Which is good, because Inferno is... it's the new hell. Normal is a new... you could call Inferno the new difficulty? I think not. I think they renamed Normal, Nightmare, and Hell, and added an easy mode. Normal in this game is easy mode. Nightmare is normal. Hell is Nightmare. And of course, Inferno is Hell. Having played Diablo 2, naming the difficulties like that, or thinking of the difficulties like that, makes sense to me. Completely different issue. But, yeah, this patch is out. Changes so many things. Like, it even made, Rend. I think it used to be like 200% weapon damage, or 175% weapon damage, something like that. And it was over 5 seconds. They changed that from that to 700% weapon damage over 5 seconds. And this is just Barbarian. A synopsis of the patch notes is, Blizzard said, okay, here's some of the most used, here's like 1 or 2 of the most used skills on a class, and here's what we're gonna do. Not touch them. Not knowing the rest of that sentence, you're thinking, what the hell? Here's what they did. Here's their philosophy, and I agree with this philosophy. It is totally awesome what they did. They said, they asked, why nerf the most used... why am I saying that word wrong? Why nerf the most used skills? Why nerf them? Why not buff every other skill? Ta-da! Problem fixed! They did not touch Cleave or Hungering Arrow, which apparently was the best hatred generator for Demon Hunter. I disagree. Entangling Shot's better. They left those 2 skills alone. I think they left Venom Hydra alone. I think that was the one. What else? Witch Doctor. I don't think there were any most used skills for that class because nobody played that class. And I don't know what else. But they buffed every other skill. They made Bash the best single target skill. It does more damage than... It does more straight up damage. Its DPS might be that of the same of Cleave when you get the max stack of attack speed. But Bash is the best single target skill for Barbarian now. And, you know, Entangling Shot, I think it got a buff. Sentry on Demon Hunter is my favorite skill to use because it's basically just another person that's a little weaker than you. They said they doubled the damage of that, which I've noticed because it's now like 55% weapon damage. My Demon Hunter is under-geared. He's doing 2800 DPS. The Sentry is hitting for around 1200. 1200, 1400, somewhere in that range. So, that is awesome, because I like that skill, but it was being overshadowed by other things. So, I haven't played too much of Inferno yet. I've tried, but I don't really care for it. I don't really like Inferno. Not yet, anyway. I have to kind of condition myself for that. But from what I've played of Nightmare and Hell, it's not dumb difficulty. In fact, you can't even call it difficulty. It's just dumb. It's stupid hard, is what it is. What is stupid hard? It's when you're put, at least in, like, we'll use Diablo 3, of course, as the example, but it's when you're fighting something that has a one-hit kill ability on you, and you need to figure out how to beat that demon, that monster. You need to beat that thing. Even though you don't have a one-hit kill skill. Stupid hard is when they just say, screw you, and they kill you. They take away a life, or they drain your points, or they make you weaker somehow. That's stupid hard. Of course, that's kind of generalizing, but most of the enemies in Hell or Inferno could one-hit kill you. Now it's not that. It's actually difficult. It's not stupid hard, it's difficult. You know, I mean, Nightmare on my Barbarian, he's under-geared, and I'm not worrying that much about dying anymore. I'm not worried about enemies getting dumb abilities, dumb randomized powers to the point where I can't beat them. I'm not worried about that anymore. And it's fun because of that. Of course, you could argue, oh, they make it too easy, but that isn't the case whatsoever. Go play the game. You'll find that Hell and Inferno are still just as hard, but minus the things where you can't fight against a one-hit kill. Here, let me speak in Call of Duty terms. You can't fight against a bad spawn. You can't fight against someone throwing a nade at a spawn point and then you jump or you spawn on that spawn point. You can't fight against that. That's stupid hard. So, Call of Duty terms, everybody understands them. Kind of unfortunate, but whatever. As long as I know how to use them, I guess. But, no, it's no longer stupid hard. And, some other people think otherwise. Someone I follow on Twitter said that, Just as fast as he installed Diablo 3, he was then uninstalling it just as fast because it was still stupid and broken. All I can assume is that he jumped on the game, went to Inferno on his max level undergeared character, and went to like Act 4 or 5. Sorry, 4X. I'm thinking Diablo 2. But I'm thinking he went to endgame on his undergeared max level character on Inferno and died over and over. That's what's going to happen. It's not stupid and broken because you're stupid. But this is kind of a PSA in some form. Not a real one, but I'm telling you, if you own Diablo 3 and you haven't played it since because it was garbage, try it out again. If you still don't like it, I don't know what to tell you. Just don't run head-on into Inferno in-game with your undergeared character. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do that. Because then you're souring your opinion of the game even more because of a dumb decision you made. You're hating the game because of you. Technically hating yourself, but hey, whatever. Try it out. I'm actually liking the game again. If you were to ask me if the game was worth $60, if you asked me that for any game I was playing, I would tell you no. I think $60 is too high a price point for this collapsed economy of ours. Half collapsed. I would tell you that this game, or any game, should be $40. Based on a price point of $40, I would tell you that this game is now worth $30, $35. Based on the price point that should be. So, go and try the game again. I'm so hoping you don't regret it. If you still don't like the game, I don't know what to tell you. So, but I think it's a better game now. And I guess that's all that matters. As long as my money wasn't wasted. I'm pretty sure a lot of people say the same thing about Call of Duty, but they're wrong. Well, that's the end of my gameplay. And that's really all I needed to say. I just wanted to tell everybody try the game again. And look at the patch notes. They're in the description. I highly encourage you to read them. Even if you don't play the game or own the game. Look at the patch notes. It should enlighten you. And the only complaint anybody can have is that it wasn't like this on launch. These patch notes should have been launch. I will totally agree with you every time. When a game has a bad launch, or we get a bad version on launch, yeah, I'm with you. That shouldn't be. That's laziness. That's ignorance. But I would rather it be patched into goodness now, and rather than it never being patched and becoming better. So, it's now a good game. It's just sad that it wasn't a good game to begin with. So, hey, thanks for listening. If you did make it this far, I appreciate it. I'm appreciative of anybody who does not have ADD because of Call of Duty. But I should probably shut up now. Thank you for watching and listening. And I'll see you guys another time.